Hello, my name is John Rose, and in this video I'd like to take a closer look at what is known as the Telomere Theory of Aging. Now, in order to understand the Telomere Theory of Aging, we need to understand what causes disease. And we have to clarify the fact that aging and disease is not related, except the older we are, the longer we've been making mistakes, possibly. Remember, everything we do affects us, and those effects accumulate. So the longer we've been doing things, the more things can accumulate. And that's why there's a correlation between age and disease. But our so-called experts don't understand what's going on. They don't know the cause of disease. They just say, oh, all old people get sick, there's nothing you can do about it. Well, that's not true. Aging and disease has nothing to do with one another. It's mistakes that cause the disease. So aging has nothing to do with time, or old age doesn't, at least. It has to do with how we lived. And that's why we're not living very well. It has to do with the knowledge of how to live. Now, when we look at the telomere theory of aging, telomeres are at the very end of the chromosomes. And we have a limited amount of them, and that's what determines how long different species live. We have enough to live about 125 years. And now scientists are figuring out how to increase that number. Isn't that great? Well, the problem here is they don't know what causes disease. So they're probably thinking, well, if we live to be 60, or we die at 60 and we're programmed to live to be 125, and we can double that to 250, maybe we can live to be 120. No, doesn't work that way. You could increase your telomere years to go to 125,000 years. And the person that dies of 38 of a heart attack because of their gluttony and lasciviousness is still going to die at 38, no matter if they have the potential to live 1 billion years. So the telomere length has nothing to do with disease. However, if we could extend the life substantially, then I think more people might think it's a fair trade. Okay, I'll change my life if I can live to be 10,000 years instead of only 125. I'll make a better choice. So I can see how that can be beneficial, motivating, but it's not a magic bullet. Extending the telomere life is not going to keep a person from dying of a heart attack or cancer because they're not living the right way. So this is just another distraction. Think about how much time and money we're investing in this research. And I'm not saying there's no benefit to this. There's a lot we're learning in the area of stem cell research, and this is interesting. There's a lot that we can still benefit from this. But let's not be deluded. Increasing the length of your telomeres is not going to magically keep you from paying the consequences of your choices. That's how life works. We reap what we sow. Everything we do affects us. Those effects accumulate. So aging has to do with the condition of our body. It doesn't have to do with the amount of time we've been around. Remember, there are 3 main types of age. There's the chronological age, there's the psychological age, and then there's the biological age. Now, the biological age is what really matters. And we know we can take people my age and have biomarkers of teenagers. And there are teenagers that have biomarkers of people older than me. So it isn't how long we've lived, it's how we lived. And right now most of us aren't living very well because we don't have the knowledge of how to live. So it's nice to have this new technology coming out, especially free energy. I mean, come on, we should have had this over a long time ago. And reading that article, I found out David Rockefeller died yesterday, which is quite serendipitous with this whole timing of this free energy coming out. Because we gotta stop making that energy mistake. I did a video on this before that we're making 2 energy mistakes. We shouldn't be burning any type of fossil fuel whatsoever. We have the technology so that everyone will have energy, but that goes against the way things are working now, because the people who control us have to keep us distracted, have to keep us poor. If we could ever have free energy, that would free up a lot of money. That could change a lot of things. Think what that could do. Think how much everything costs, because energy costs money. And it's part of going into whatever you have. That's why when the price of gas goes up, the price of groceries go up. So a lot can come down if we can have free energy. But as far as your health goes, my friends, there is no magic bullet. You have to understand that you have to make the best choices in life. Unfortunately, most of us don't have that knowledge. And once presented with it, what do? Don't want to accept it. I'm convinced there are 5 main mistakes we're making, and I know most people aren't going to agree with me. So what I propose is to take a solid food vacation, correct all 5 of those mistakes on a temporary basis so you can see what you're missing. Otherwise, you're going to struggle trying to correct those 5 mistakes any other way, and a lot of you aren't even going to think they're mistakes. But when you take a solid food vacation, you take your life to a whole new level. And it is an idea's time has come. It's why I mention it every time in every show. It's why Tolstoy said it's the first step. We have to maintain self-control. We have to take back control over the things that are controlling us, and our brains are stuck in our taste buds. Only one way to defeat those taste buds. Take a solid food vacation. Why? You know why. It's more fun than eating. It's a big treat.